Hey guys, it's Lisa from Arcane and Stellar, and I'm here with your You versus Them April 2020 reading. So we're going to be looking at what's going to be going on between you and your person of interest in April 2020. And, you know, April's a fun month. I hope it's going to be better. It's my birthday month. My birthday's on the 18th, so I'm kind of excited to see what it will bring. And I do want to say thank you all so much for your, you know, the good wishes you've sent my grandfather. If you didn't see my post and stuff, my grandfather has coronavirus. Unfortunately, it's still not looking good. He is unable still to breathe without a ventilator, and now they're concerned that there's some brain damage from lack of oxygen because when they found him, they weren't quite sure, but they assumed that he hadn't been found for a few hours after he went unconscious or whatever. So I don't really know what that means going forward. I'm hoping and praying that he heals and that it gets better, but I don't really know what's happening with it. So I would just appreciate your continued thoughts and prayers and stuff for him. And thank you guys so much for all the vibes you send towards him. So anyways, yeah, if you would like a private reading with me, that can all be done down in the description box. There's my Etsy store, which is where you can purchase a reading, and then there's Amazon. Purchasing something off either of my Amazon wish lists does get you a reading. With the nature of what's going on in Amazon, shipping is delayed on a lot of things. There are some things that, like right now, I'm looking at the end of March, that it won't even come until like, you know, the 23rd of April and on. So, you know, I would, you know, double check if you want to do that. But anyways, even if you do get me something off of there, just let me know. Like, hey, you know, say, hey, I got you so-and-so thing, and I can always do your reading before it comes. So, and I'll just put your name on the list, because some people do that anyways, regardless. They'll message me and stuff on Instagram or something and let me know that they got me something. So if you do feel led to get something off my wish list, just email me. If it does, if the estimated shipping date looks like it's kind of far off, that'll be fine with me. Just let me know. Anyways, so use your intuition and take your time. Take a moment. Take your time. Picture your person in your mind. Ooh, that rhymed. I'm so cool. And I'll see you in your reading. Okay. So take care. Hello. So if you chose pile number 1 with the Celestite, this is your reading. So what's going to be happening between you and your person in April? So I want to say a quick thank you for the Music Oracles deck, which is over here. Oh my god. Which I'm going to be using. I took a card for each pile. Thank you, Eric, so much for the amazing gift. I appreciate you so much. And I love doing your readings because he's actually gotten a few things off my wish list, and this is the latest thing that came, and I love it. It is so much fun. I love music, so it's a fun deck to have, and I was glad to be able to incorporate it and see how it incorporates into this type of reading. So let's see. So I did take a card for this pile, and it's Nina Simone, and look at the messages, or well, what it says. It says, never trust cures from the system that made you sick. When love is no longer on the menu, don't eat. There's nothing more beautiful than speaking truth to power. So, powerful messages here coming out for you already. So, your energy. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, there we go. So, you've got the Hermit, which is interesting considering what's going on. So, you might be in a Hermit energy. Then we have the Strength card, and we have as well the 10 of Pentacles, and then as well we have the Lady of the Lake on your end. Empathy, Photograph, Love Call, and then the energy between the two of you is a leg up, which we'll put that over here, and then we'll get to it because we're running out of room, actually, if you didn't notice. So Love Call, Photograph. Okay, let's get over here. So your person has a Knight of Swords, the Justice card, as well as the moon. And then we have love and seduction, the wind fairy. Wow. Let's see, this is what I get for taking so many cards. I have a small desk. I can't handle it all. And then for the energy between you guys in April, it's going to be Saturn in the 7th house. So I feel that there are some restrictions. I feel like a lot of it has to do with what's going on. Yeah, Saturn does talk about limitations and about responsibilities, and it says you must wait before you can. And there's some waiting here, I feel like. That's good. I think that's going to be one of the main energies, I guess, between you is a lot of waiting. And I see it as well in the mood here on each side. So I feel like many of you are, for the most part, are going to be separated from your person in the month of April. Because we have love call, which is showing a telephone, and then photograph. And photograph is like looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. I feel like what it is that you're going to be missing. With the love call, you could be thinking of them, perhaps, messaging or calling. It's like a non-traditional type of communication. Well, not face-to-face, I guess. Sorry. It's still a traditional way of speaking or communicating. It's just not face-to-face, I feel like, for the most part. I think that's going to be the majority of the energy. I do feel like that many of you are going to be feeling very empathic. And maybe it's because you're seeing what's going on in the world and you're very affected by it, what's been going on. I feel like out of all the piles that came out today, this is the most, this one feels the most affected by what's going on on an emotional level. I feel like you guys are concerned, and for many of you, I feel like you're very concerned about your family. With the Ten of Pentacles, you're concerned about, the people around you, your community. It doesn't even just have to be family, but, the community that you find yourself in. There's a lot of empathy for what's going on. And as well, I feel like then with the Lady of the Lake, one of the key words there is actually responsibility. And I feel like that's really what's going on this month too, because especially because of Saturn speaks of responsibility. So I feel like you're trying to behave in a responsible manner, and again, that could be hermiting at home. And I feel like there's still a dedication on your end to this person. You still have loving feelings towards them. You may try to reach out to them if you are in a situation where like maybe things haven't been great. But I don't really feel that with this. I really don't feel it with this one. I feel like most of you, if it's a crush, it's still going good or whatever. If it's, whatever the nature of your relationship is, I don't feel a lot of negativity here. I feel like there's just going to be there will be communication, but it's just non-traditional. And I feel like it's on both sides too, because on their end, we have the Wind Fairy, thoughts, words, intellectual analysis. So I do, in the Knight of Swords too. So I do feel that there is communication going on throughout the month of April, at least for the majority of it. For some of you, there could be like some sexy talk here with seduction. And that may not be for all of you. But it just could be flirting too. I do feel like what you guys are trying to do is be very supportive of each other, though, in the month of April, with the leg up. Trying to be there for each other in some way. I almost wonder this, like, never trust cures from the system that made you sick. Like, I almost wonder if that has something to do, like, maybe you guys are both on the same page. And maybe you think it's all like, you have some kind of opinions about all of what's going on in the world. Like certain opinions about it. And maybe you guys just discuss it. Because I don't feel like with the second one, when love is no longer on the menu, don't eat. I really don't feel that quote for this. I don't. Because I really do feel like, well, both of you have like love for each other, for sure, for certain. I guess maybe for some of you it could be that, well, okay, there's one thing too here that I am seeing, at least on your person's end. For some of you, if this resonates, don't take it if it doesn't. For some of you, this person could be feeling the errors of their ways. Like maybe they've been dishonest in the past, or there's been something that maybe they haven't really shown a whole lot of emotion lately or something, and it's like it's something about it. It's like they might want to try to get back into balance. Maybe this whole thing that's going on right now is maybe causing them to reevaluate. We do have intellectual analysis here, so they could be reevaluating themselves and this relationship and just everything, trying to... It's what with the moon here. It's like they could be trying to get more in touch with themselves in their emotions a little bit. And they may even be communicating kindly. And I don't know, I just feel like in a gentle manner. I don't feel like it's misleading at all because of this Justice card. I feel like it'll be, and then as well with the other cards, I just don't really feel that. I don't really feel like it's like anything deceptive or anything that can sometimes happen with the moon. We have love, so it says unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. Again, attraction twice in the card, so there's definitely attraction on your person's part in April. And again, like I said, I feel like there's love between the two of you. And again, I feel like, yeah, there could be some distance. Let me, where did I put my board? Oh, let's see. Hold on, my mess. There we go. I want to do some charms actually, because I haven't been doing charms lately, and I love doing them. And I spilled them all last night, by the way. It was horrible. I had to pick these suckers off the floor, and some of them were really hard to pick up. Okay, let's see. What's going on between their person? Wow, I took some... That's the problem about having a cat. Cat hair and stuff like that. Okay. Okay. Let's see what comes out. Well, we have the little doggy from, or ghost dog from Nightmare Before Christmas. We also have, oh, see, the Eiffel Tower, that does remind me of distance. So some of you might be at a distance in different places. It just reminds me of travel and all that stuff. Well, we do have a cat showing up, so maybe some of you have a cat, and that's like also the cat hair is coming out for you too. Which, you know, if you have a cat, you probably know what that's like. Okay, we have Taurus and Pisces showing up, so this could be, you know, this could represent signs, but it could also represent, you know, the nature of what's going on between you guys. So Taurus, you know, being, I always think of Taurus as very dedicated and loyal. Pisces, very loving, empathetic again too. So that could be representing your empathy that's going on with you. And then we have a fairy, so something magical about this relationship. Maybe something a little bit out of reach in some way too, because fairies are always kind of like, you know, it's like you catch them from the glimpse of the corner of your eye, you know, and it's like then they flitter out of your sight. And as well with this skull, the skull and bones, I do feel like a lot of you are worried in April. It just might feel like for some of you, it's again, it might just feel like you're really getting affected by all of what's going on. And so I just feel like that could be prevailing a little bit in terms of your feelings. And just maybe because you're worried about certain people in your life. Maybe you have people that are close to you that are susceptible, that type of thing. We also have the question mark. So I think there could be some surprises, because, you know, it's like when you click that on Mario and you jump up and hit it with your head. By the way, I've been playing Super Mario, because my Switch, I figured out that they have Super Mario on there from Super Nintendo. They have like an app if you get, yeah, anyways, I've been playing it, and gosh, I get so mad. You really see the Aries in me when I'm playing that game, and I lose. I'll be like, I just don't put this down. I'm just not playing it ever again. Just... I feel like I'm like 12 again. Anyways, So, yeah, it just can talk about things you don't know what's going to happen. And there could be a big question mark on the future. What's going on? Like, what's happening? What's going to come out if I hit this, And it may not even be regards to the relationship. It can, because maybe you don't know how it's going to affect it. But again, and then we have Sally. And Sally just reminds me of someone that's very dedicated and loving and just wants the best. So I feel like that's the mode, I think both of you are going to be in that mode. I think that both of you do seem like kind people. And I do think that there are like mutual feelings in the month. We also have on their part, by the way, acceptance. I didn't show that, but I'm learning to accept the things I cannot change. So for some of you, that they could be accepting ways in which they haven't been fair in the past in the month of April. They could also be just accepting the mystery. Maybe your person likes to have more control and they don't right now because of the nature of what's going on. And it may be in your relationship even. It doesn't even have to be about what's going on in the world. But there could be some kind of acceptance that they're going through. Maybe accepting help or support as well. But I do see that your energy is a bit withdrawn here with the Hermit. You're definitely keeping to yourself a bit. Maybe not from this person, but in general. Like, again, I feel like you're not going to be seeing much of them in the month of April. So, yeah. Just a lot of blockages in the month. But I don't think I think the blockages are much more physical, which makes sense because Saturn's associated with, Earth sign, well, and Aquarius traditionally. But I don't know, whenever I think of Saturn, I think of like big rocks or something and like, mountain, like just some difficulties perhaps, and just blockages. But I feel like it's more physical than mental, because I do see that I feel like you guys are speaking, or at least you will be speaking. Your person for sure is going to be speaking. But yeah, that's what I see for you guys. I hope that this gives you some insight into your April. I hope it gives you some guidance, and I'd love to hear from you. If you picked pile number 1, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, if you'd like a personal reading with me, you can do that through Etsy. So that's down in the description box, or there's my Amazon wish list. I did give some like little speech about my Amazon wish list. Again, guys, if you want to get something off there and you see that the shipping time is insanely long, just shoot me a message on Instagram or maybe my email or whatever, and I can try to get you on the list. Just say, hey, I got you so-and-so thing or something. I got you something. And if it's like, because some of the shipping is like way off in the future. So if you do want to do that, but I think the easiest way right now is probably through Etsy. But, I still will do it, so just throwing that out there. Anyways, take care of yourselves, guys. I wish you and your loved ones lots of good health and a wonderful April, okay? Take care. Hey, guys, so if you chose pile number 2 with this Peacock's Oar, or Bornite, this is your reading. So let's see what's happening between you and your person in the month of April 2020. By the way, I want to say a big thank you to Eric. Eric, thank you. He got this off the wish list, Music Oracles, and I really appreciate that. And I love doing readings for him, so he's had a few with me. So we have Madonna. That's your I thought it'd be fun to incorporate into the reading. So let's see. Everyone's entitled to your opinion. Pleasure without permission can be the greatest pleasure of all. And you are and always will be your own work in progress. So let's see. We're going to put that off to the side. And then we're going to look at you versus your person. Okay, I remember that came out first. I remember. Yep. Okay, like that. So your energy, protection and fear, healthy choices, and the palm tree. We'll put that there. Yeah, you had a lot of cards come out. And then we have pride. Oh my gosh, you know what song just came into my head with that pride card? Crying in the Rain by Aha. I've got my pride. Okay, so And then on your person's end, we have Knight of Pentacles, Strength, and the Wheel of Fortune. And then we have as well Burden on their end. I did way too many. Separation. The Butterfly. Never-ending story. Humor. So for you, pride. For them, humor. I'm going to bring it into there. And then as well, we have the South Node. I feel like one of the things about the South, with the South Node being here, sorry, in my chair, I feel that like what I'm seeing here is a lot of growth between the two of you in April 2020. Because the South Node talks about like where you've been, right? Where you've already been, what comes naturally to you. And usually it's what you need to, you know, it's something to be about. I feel like you guys are trying to move towards your destiny, is what you're trying to do. You're trying to move away from the South Node to the North Node, you know, in terms of your life path. Which means, you know, with that metaphorically, you know, meaning that, you know, you're trying to move forward in some way. And for some of you, I feel like it's going to be a bit different. I feel like for you, you are really focused on your emotions. I do feel like that for many of you in the month of April, you still have feelings for this person. You really do love them. For many of you, that's going to be the case. You have a lot of heart, but I see that you have some pride here. It says, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Now, for some of you, this could be, like I said, that song by Aha, Crying in the Rain. I've got my pride. Da, da, da. I do my crying in the rain. Yeah, I feel like for some of you might be in a prideful energy in April, and it could be because you're trying to bring a better, you're trying to make this relationship better, or at least yourself better. And I think that might resonate a little bit differently for everybody, because we have protection and fear. I feel like you're going to be very protective of yourself. Now, for some of you, this could be bleeding into what's going on in the world. So it may be that you're just really focused on making healthy choices, as in like staying inside. We have the Four of Swords, taking a rest, taking a break. And almost like with Judgment, I feel like releasing it to the universe in some way. Trying to absolve yourself from past mistakes, or there's just definitely some kind of transition period. And I feel like in for you in April, especially regarding this connection, we have as well the Phoenix. So it says new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind. There's something, you really are trying to have some sort of resurgence of some kind. And I don't know if it's with this person or with yourself, because we do have that pride card. Well, it's in my other hand. We do have this pride card, so it's, for some of you, it might be like, I have my pride and I'm just going to move the heck on. For some of you, if that resonates, okay? But again, I do think there's some kind of element of pride here with you regarding this person. And maybe it's because it's a way of protecting yourself. With the protection. So you might be in a mode of trying to protect yourself, because maybe your pride could be easily hurt if you open up too much, or, you know what I mean? There's just different reasons as to why you know, do that. But yeah, for some of you, it could be that you have a fear of rejection, so you don't want to, like, you know, you don't want your pride to be hurt if there is a rejection, or if things don't go the way you plan. So it says making healthy choices, self-love, self-care, being happier. I do think that you're focused a lot on yourself, and that's why we have that Four of Swords there as well, is that because you are a bit more self-focused than usual. It could be because, yeah, you're spending more time alone for some of you, and it's just like really delving more into your own emotions about this connection. While I do feel like, again, you feel a sweetness for this person, you feel some kind of feelings, I don't know, there's just something about you it's like a wake-up call going on in your life. And maybe some of what's been going on in the world is it's affected the way you think about things. you know, what you want out of life. And I do feel like what you want is some stability. We have the palm tree, so it talks about stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, and flexibility. I feel like that's part of the reason why you're also being protective, is you want to keep your life stable. And you could have some fears, you know, regarding whether this connection is stable or not. Or maybe the state of the world being stable. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just felt, especially with the first two piles, there's more of... Because the pile number one kind of had a similar thing. I feel like that you guys are quite affected by what's going on in some way. Now, on your person's end, I love it. We have humor. So I do feel like your person's going to try to have a sense of humor. May try to be a little bit funny in some way. Maybe they just try to find the humor in everything. Yeah, it says, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. So maybe they're trying to be a little bit more humorous, you know, just to lighten things up, to lighten some of the burdens. I do think that there are some burdens, though, here on their end. They feel a burden, and I feel like for many of you, it's going to be the separation right here that we're seeing. And maybe because they're waiting for the relationship to grow in some way, and maybe it hasn't been able to, and it could be because, like, of timing, waiting for the right time to move forward. It's interesting that you have the phoenix and they have the butterfly. Both really are about growth. So that's a huge focus. Like, that's interesting, because you guys are going to be mirroring each other in some way regarding that, for sure. And I think they're trying with the strength card to take the burdens, especially if you guys are separated a lot and you're not living together, or you're far apart in some way, or not able to see each other for a lot of February. It's like they're trying to lighten the burden by having, you know, showing humor, and trying to make things lighthearted. We do have with the separation sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. So that is going to be your person's energy in the month of April. They are going to be a little bit sad, and they could be missing you. You may not always know it, though, because of that humor card, because they do try to maybe use humor to mask their feelings. And again, look at this Wheel of Fortune. I always notice how they're on the opposite ends, and one's like yearning for the other. It's almost like she's looking up and like yearning to be on that end, to kind of be on the upside of life. And again, I feel like it just sort of is talking about that separation that's kind of going on. With the Knight of Pentacles, though, I do feel like this person's still very dedicated to you. They haven't let go of the connection. So if there has been some kind of problem, I don't feel like this person's let go. I feel like they're still dedicated. They're still hanging on. They're still trying to... They're still hoping for this to happen. Is what I'm seeing. And then also, by the way, for the mutual energy between the two of you, we have the never-ending story. Again, I feel like it talks about uncertainty. Because if you look up close to this card, you can see that the little arrow is in between the yes and the no. So it's like undecided. It may feel like everything's kind of up in the air right now. That everything's sort of just changed. And yeah, that's kind of the energy I'm getting for you guys. With Madonna, though, it says everyone's entitled to your opinion. So, and then it's like pleasure without pressure. You are and always will be your own work in progress. And maybe that's the particular quote that stands out to me in regards to into your guys' month. It's like, I feel like that's what it is for you guys with that phoenix and the butterfly. It's like, you know that this is a work in progress and you're still trying to work on it despite any obstacles in the way. You guys are still hoping for like some kind of a next phase to come in, or for it to evolve somehow, or to be fixed depending on your situation. Of course, this is a general reading, so everybody's going to have a little bit of a different situation. So with that being said, I'm going to take some charms, because gosh, I haven't done charms in a minute. In the last few videos, actually, and I love doing them. And I dropped them all on the floor yesterday. It was horrible. They all spilled. It was not fun picking them up. Okay, I'm closing my eyes now. Gosh, I keep getting like fluffy stuff because I have a cat and it keeps like coming out with it. There's like a tiny feather. Where'd that come from? Okay. let's see what we got. Oh, Cinderella. The pile number 1 had the skull and bones too. Cancer. Yeah, with Cancer, you might be focused a lot on home. If you guys aren't, neither of you are Cancers, it could just be focusing on home, on family. A lot of staying at home. That represents a 4th house, so yeah. We also have forever, so it does seem like, you know, maybe you guys feel as if you guys are forever in some way. Never-ending story kind of reminds me of that too. Like a never-ending connection. We also have the little ghost dog, so I'm not sure what that could mean for you guys, but maybe you guys have a pet. Oh, ghost doggy. Oh, I do see that you guys are trying to make things happen here with the little wand. It reminds me of, man, this cat hair everywhere. Sorry. So frustrating. We have, yeah, that little wand. It reminds me of trying to make things happen, to swan, evolving, letting things become beautiful. So I do see that energy. Still hoping for, you know, this to transform into something beautiful. Again, there could be some fears here with the skull and bones, and of health, of loved ones, of trying to make sure that, again, there could be some fears too with that. You know, I think that this image always represents, you know, fears in some way, because it kind of is like, what are you scared of? Jeez, sorry. What are you scared of? And then we have she believes she could. She believes she could, so she did. So there could be some, you know, definite self-work and trying to get things done. Cinderella, by the way, worked her butt off on her dress before her stepsisters ripped it up, so maybe you're working hard on something that you want to finish, and it's kind of like maybe a little bit more self-focused. Or could be trying to break out of your room because you got locked in. Joking. Feeling locked in, like when she gets locked in at the end. And she's like, oh, I can't see my prince, and he's out the door. And I can't try on the shoe, but then she gets bailed out by her little friends. Yeah, so there could be some isolation feeling here, actually, with Cinderella, because she's so isolated, actually, because she doesn't get to go out very much. So that's actually interesting, considering what's going on. We also have the key, so there could be some secrets, or figuring out some secrets. It could be also representing that, you know, the key to the heart. And then we have music. So I feel like many of you could be sharing music with this person. Sorry, it went out of focus, didn't it? And I was just doing that, not even paying attention. Sorry. Yeah, homebound, like Cancer with Cinderella. That's funny. Okay, music could be very important for you guys in the month of April. Maybe you'll be sending songs back and forth, sharing music. If not, maybe this could be some encouragement to do so. But anyways, guys, that's what I'm seeing for you. Yeah, so I do feel like you guys are trying. You might feel a little bit stagnant too with that south node. Like, sorry, because I kind of forgot about it over the course of the reading, but it's like there could just be some stagnation again, like I felt with pile number 1, where things feel like they're moving slow, and it's like, we're not moving forward. We're stuck here in the south node. We want to get to the north node, or, you know, where we should be. So, yeah. And it could seem like with the never-ending story that it's dragging on forever. And that actually came out in the charm too. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys that chose pile number 2. I do hope that this reading resonated with you. It gives you some kind of guidance. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can do so down in the description box. I have my link to my Etsy store there where you can purchase a reading. And then as well, there's the Amazon wish list. With the wish list, things are taking a bit longer than usual. If you really want to get me something off of there, and you know, to get a reading, just email me or Instagram me to let me know if it looks like the shipping time's going to be way far out. I mean, not everything's taking forever to ship. I ordered a deck the other day, and it says it should be here on Wednesday. So, I mean, it just sorry. My throat. Ooh. it does seem like, you know, some things are slow, some aren't. So just let me know. You know, if you do see like a long shipping time and you really want to get something off of there, just let me know and I'll do your reading before it gets there. You don't have to wait the whole time. That's ridiculous. So anyways, so with that being said, guys, I really do hope and wish that all of you and your loved ones are safe during this time. Take care of yourselves, and I'm wishing you all the very best in April. Take care. Hello. So if you've chosen pile number 3 with the green calcite, this is your reading. So what's going on between you and your person in April 2020? So first of all, I'm going to just start by saying a huge thank you to Eric. This came the other day, and I appreciate you, Eric. Thank you so much for this. I love music, so this was like the perfect oracle deck for me. And I get to use it in this reading today, so hopefully he's going to be excited to see this. And I love doing readings for him, so we've had a few now. So thank you, Eric. And so for your musician, we got Bob Dylan. Oh, I love Bob Dylan. Lay Lady Lay. What else? What is the other one I like? Why am I not? But he wrote a lot of good songs. But wow, it's not The Boxer. That's Simon and Garfunkel. What's the other one I'm thinking about? It's about a boxer. Wow, I can't remember. Maybe it's called The Boxer. Jeez, I don't remember. I feel dumb because I listen to that song quite often, actually. But it just slipped my mind. Okay, so you versus your person in the month of April. So on your end, we have the Queen of Coins. We have the Knight of Cups. And we have the High Priestess. Oh, my goodness. Are you guys being mysterious with your person? I feel like that could be the owl, deception and wisdom. Yeah, I feel like many of you are going to be a little bit mysterious with your person. Let me see where I can shove this because we're running. I took a lot of cards this time, and that's usually why I don't, because I don't have a big space. I like you. Keys on a ring. You may be, for some of you, stringing your person along in April a little bit. Okay? Maybe you're just not being open. Perseverance as well. So on your end, perseverance. And, sorry, on their end, we have the Page of Cups. So I'm seeing some mutual feelings here. The Empress. And the Nine of Wands. As well as Joy. Let's put that over there. And then we have Cupid's arrow on their end. And guilt. Ooh. So they have some kind of guilt. And then this is your energy. The energy between you guys is the 6th house. So you guys could work together with this person. It could be that you just see this person on a daily basis, or you spend a lot of time with them in April on a daily basis. Now, it doesn't always have to be physically. It might be that you talk like every day. But the 6th house does talk about like daily activities, work, health, that type of thing. So routines as well. So it could be that you see this person very often throughout the month of April. That could be what that's representing. Okay, so I do see, okay, on your end, like I said, okay, there are feelings here. We have the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Queen of Coins. I feel like on your end, you are focused on your well-being in the month of April, but I feel like you're also you do feel dedicated and loyal to this person in some way. I do think that they make you happy. And you genuinely really do like them. For some of you, like again, too, with the I like you, it might not be love yet for some of you. For some of you, it might, but for some of you, it may more be in a crush stage. And I feel like you guys are hiding yourself a bit. And if you have been, you're going to continue that in April, it looks like. Keeping some of your secrets hidden. Because look at the veil. She's not telling all about what's going on inside of her. And I feel like that's going to be your energy too. Now, with the owl, it does say deception and wisdom. I do feel like in regards to this connection, maybe you're holding it back because you feel like that's the wisest thing to do, is to be a little bit deceptive, because maybe it's not a good time to share right now, or maybe you're not ready. As well, the Queen of Coins, I always think is somebody, an earth sign type of female. That doesn't mean you have to be one. Is somebody that's very wise, that takes her time and thinks things through. And it's kind of a good energy, I guess, to go with the Knight of Cups, because the Knight of Cups, talks about, those bubbly, warm feelings, and wanting to express, but it was expressing in a smart way. So I think like that's going to be your energy. And then as well, we have perseverance. I know I can do whatever I set my mind to. Yeah, you could feel a little bit confident in this connection for some of you. It's like it can happen. And you'll get to it when you're ready. That could be the energy for some of you. For others of you, it might be that you're just hanging on to this person. You're still trying to persevere. Like I said with that Queen of Coins, it can talk about loyalty and dedication. So maybe for some of you, it's like, you're just trying to be loyal to this person, and you're still dedicated to trying to make it work and, make it happen. And we have I like you. So romance is blooming, fun flirting, want to date, someone likes you. I feel like you like this person, and that's going to be your feelings. With keys on a ring, it does say many options, decision, unconventional, string along, or one night stand. I feel like really with what I'm seeing here out of these keywords here is that for some of you it could feel like you have many options. I more think that you might be stringing this person along a little bit, or you're not really ready to make a decision on how to move forward. So you're just kind of like weighing your options still, and you're still holding back, even though you really like this person. And maybe you just feel like the timing isn't right for some reason. It does seem like you're trying to use your discernment, though, in regards to this connection. Now, on your person's end, we have the Page of Cups, the Empress, and the Nine of Wands. I think your person's still hanging on. So if you're stringing this person along, they're still going for it, because they do feel that you're very beautiful. And as well, they have some feelings. I do feel like for many of you, this is like for a good portion of you, this is going to be a connection that's still kind of like at an early stage in some way, or hasn't been able to develop much farther than a crush or the initial stages of a relationship. Or maybe if you have like been with this person in the past, it's more like rebuilding it. Like where it's like early stages. Because we do have some guilt. So there's some kind of guilt that your person's feeling in the month of April. And I'm wondering what it's about, because I don't really see anything here that I can connect to it. Maybe it's just, I almost wonder for some of you with that hesitation here, maybe they've hesitated in the past and now they can't really come towards you in some way, and they feel guilty about it. Like maybe some regret a little bit about not having the confidence before to kind of go for what they want. Yeah. That's what I might be seeing there. Or otherwise there's just some kind of feelings of guilt. Maybe they can't do what they want. Again, with joy, maybe they're not able to... I don't know. There's something that would make them feel guilty. I think you make them feel joyful. That they feel a lot of joy in the connection. So if you are, stringing them along, it's working, I feel like. And maybe you got him feeling guilty for something. Let me see here. Yeah, with Cupid's arrow, it says have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation, or meeting and hesitation. So I do feel like they have faith in the connection. The Page of Cups is quite innocent, so usually it's the daydreamy type that thinks anything can happen and wants anything to happen. And so there could be some faith here. I feel like this person could be feeling like they worked hard for this to make this happen, and they, want to continue it. As well, for some of you, and this is just a specific message, maybe if they have to act a little bit defensive because they're afraid of getting like sick or something, or bringing something back, they might feel guilty about that. That could be something. If they have to be a little bit more careful, like, and keep their social distance. This is one of the most interesting readings because we have such a interesting thing going on right now. It's a scary thing for many people. But yeah, I do feel like your person has very sweet feelings towards you in the month of April. Finding you very beautiful and amazing, honestly. So I like this energy because it's all pretty good. I feel like Yeah, if you have a negative situation, well, it might be looking better in April for you as well. Um, let me see here. What else I want to say before I start the charms? Yeah, it says darkness may be falling, but we're not there yet. And so there could be an optimism that's still, you know, maybe your person's trying to bring some more joy to you. Maybe if they get negative, it's like they feel guilty for that as well. Or if they, again, if there's any, like, a failed meeting, it's like there's guilt about it. Yeah. So anyways, I'm going to move on to your charms. So I haven't got to do charms in a little while, so I'm excited to pull them out. And also, if I pull out cat hair with it, that's because they all spilled yesterday, and I have a cat. And it's like inevitably got back in the box. So I'm dealing with that. So let's see. You versus you. Let's see what came out. I see a lot of signs. So, Pisces. Wow, okay, double Pisces. That makes me feel like mutual Pisces. Maybe some of you, with the Pisces, it always reminds you of the 12th house. So, maybe you guys have some secret feelings that you haven't shared yet. 12th house, hidden things, secrets. It also can be my isolation too. So maybe you're both isolated in some way. You guys are both quarantining yourself as well. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Yeah, so you guys could be like both quarantining yourself because of that, you know, Pisces 12th house type of energy. We have Scorpio here, so you guys, we have Libra and Scorpio, so 7th house showing up here. Why did I want to say so? Oh, okay, yeah, 7th house. That's why I wanted to say 7th house. I was thinking it was somewhere else out here, but no, it's not. Yeah, so there could be some, like, attraction here with Scorpio. I always think of Scorpios as very passionate and attractive. There could be some depth to your conversations too. But again, a light energy. There's peace. I feel like if you haven't had peace with this person, you're going to have peace together. There could be some fears here. Again, I feel like you guys might also be a little bit worried about what's going on. This charm keeps coming up in all the readings so far. It's kind of crazy. We have the key as well, which came out, a different key came out, but a key came out. So it could mean that you guys have some secrets. Still, there could be some hidden things here. Could also mean that, you know, you feel like you have the key to their heart, or they have the key to your heart. Or they could be feeling that. That could just indicate, you know, that. And then we have the strawberry. So there's a certain sweetness between the two of you, I feel like. And also, I do feel like an intuitive connection here with this charm here. And then we have the cactus. So I feel like cactuses are very strong. So even if you guys are isolated in some way or not together, it's like you guys can withstand it. You're strong enough. And we have the star. So could be wishing for something in the month of April to happen. And then we have a little hamsa, so maybe protected. And let's see. Oh, we have Jack from the Nightmare Before Christmas. So wanting to make it Halloween already. No, not Halloween, Christmas, sorry. No, you could just be trying to hope for something different. And then we have Belle. So Belle, that's interesting because she also kind of gets locked up, doesn't she, in the castle? So you might be feeling a little bit locked up. But Cinderella came out in the last pile, and I was like, oh, she gets locked up in the room. So there could be a feeling of being isolated again here and locked up in some way, unable. There could be some intellectual work here on yourself too. And she kind of keeps her feelings hidden because she's got a little bit of pride. You guys didn't get pride though. That was the last pile. But there is that hidden stuff here with the High Priestess. So maybe some of you just like Belle. She's a pretty cool princess. I want to know what your favorite Disney princess is. Tell me down below. I'm so curious. I think my favorite's probably Cinderella, and I like Aurora, Sleeping Beauty. But yeah, I like Belle too. I mean, I like to read books, so I get that. But anyways, guys, that's what I'm seeing for you guys in terms of what's going on between you and your person in April 2020. So, hold on, I want to see. Oh, one thing about Belle too is maybe your person's acting a bit like a beast. Wait, that's not focusing, never mind. Maybe they're acting like a beast. And maybe that's why there's some guilt. Maybe they've been kind of a jackass lately or something, or rude or something, and they kind of feel guilty about it. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing for you guys that chose pile number 3. I hope this gives you some insight into April with your person. I hope that it resonates. If you chose pile number 3, let me know so I can give your comment a heart. And then if you'd like a personal reading with me, you can do that down in the description box. I have my Etsy store link there. It's where you can purchase readings. And then there's my Amazon wish list. Just a quick heads up about Amazon. Some things, not everything, but some things are taking longer to ship. If you do want to really get me something off my wish list, just be mindful of the shipping dates. Look at them and see, because if it's like going to take a long time to ship, it's not that big of a deal. I can do your reading in advance, but you just have to like let me know and say, hey, like Lisa, you know, I got you so-and-so thing and it's on its way and stuff, and you know, and then I will happily just put your name down and do your reading before it gets there. So I mean, it gets to me or whatever. Sorry. So it's not, yeah, it's just something to think. If you want the wish list thing, you know, I always just do readings for people who get me something off my wish list, but I understand right now is not the greatest time for shipping. So anyways, guys, take care of yourselves. I wish you and your loved ones lots of good health and happiness in the month of April, and I wish you and your person lots of success and growth. Okay? Take care. Hello, those of you that have chosen pile number 4 with the appetite. This is your reading. So let's find out what's going on between you and your person in April 2020. First of all, I want to say thank you really fast to Eric. Eric got the music oracles for the channel, and I'm so excited. I love doing readings for him anyways, and it was the second deck that he's actually gotten off the wish list, so that was very sweet of you. And there's another one on the way. He's so nice. And but anyways, thank you so much, Eric. And I'm excited to incorporate it. So you guys got Jimi Hendrix. And what are the quotes? Only losers stay in tune. If you live in a room full of mirrors, all you will see is yourself. Technology is a tool, but it will never set you free. Ooh, I almost wonder if some of you could be in online relationships that need to go to the next level. Okay, we've got 10 of diamonds on your end, the Queen of Hearts, and the Queen of Spades. That's interesting. Okay, and then we have Hand of Cards, Self-Esteem, and the Wasp. Oh yeah, you got 2 of these, and the Butterfly. On their end, we have the 3 of Spades, the 9 of Spades, and the Ace of Clubs. Wow. What are you doing to your person? Or, well, Lightning, the Horse, Gratitude, and then the overall energy is the 4th house. That's interesting because it's about being secure. The fourth house does speak about trying to be secure, trying to grow roots, feeling supported, trying to feel supported, focusing more on family. I think this is going to resonate differently for different people. But yeah, it does seem like there's some kind of 4th house connection. 4th house is also associated with Cancer and the Moon as well. So there could just be that energy of you guys both sitting your butts at home. Staying home. Yeah, I've noticed this a lot coming up in the readings. I mean, it makes sense, I guess, with what's going on. So on your end, we have, the, like I said, the 10 of Diamonds, which does talk about, you know, feeling some kind of accomplishment, trying to focus on yourself and on your emotional fulfillment. For some of you, I almost feel like you'll be focusing on your beauty. Maybe you're trying something new, or I don't know, trying to work on your self-worth as well, because we do have self-esteem. So it could be that you're trying to work on your self-esteem. For some of you, that could be what's going on. We also have the High Priestess, the Queen of Hearts. So it does talk about the mystery, right? So you could be being a bit mysterious also. And pile number 3 had the High Priestess coming out. And for some of you, you might be hiding your feelings from this person. With the Hand of Cards, it's like you're holding the deck in your hand. You don't want to show them. Again, it says not showing hand, options, being strategic. I feel like that's what you're kind of doing, especially with this Queen of Spades here, because it's about someone who's very smart. It actually represents Anne from Persuasion, and how she, is very insightful and clever, and she does like a lot of good conversation. So I feel like you'd be conversing, but you're keeping a lot of things a mystery and under wraps. The Queen of Hearts, actually, and the High Priestess in this deck is actually Elizabeth from Pride and Prejudice, and it's like she kept her feelings hidden from, Mr. Darcy. So you could be keeping your feelings very well hidden in April towards this person, trying to kind of keep it close to your chest in some way. I do think you might be showing off to them, though, with beauty. So maybe you're trying to show off how beautiful you are. You're focused on taking pictures, or, trying to look nice in some way as well. And then we have the Wasp, anger, retaliation, and jealousy. For some of you, especially with that Queen of Spades, perhaps you are feeling a little bit jealous or annoyed at some point. Maybe you just see something that ticks you off. It doesn't necessarily have to be a big energy throughout the month, though. But you could be angry with this person in some way. Maybe that's why you're all focusing on looking good, because maybe you're trying to make them jealous as well. And maybe some of you might be playing some games. Okay. If that resonates. And then we have self-esteem. So yeah, I feel like that may be also why you're working on yourself, and you're trying to build the self-esteem to approach this person. Or maybe as well, you're trying to, if this person has kind of wronged you in some way in the past, it's like you are kind of so annoyed about it, and you want to you're like, I give a crap, I'm going to have some self-esteem. I'm not going to be giving into this too much. I'm going to take care of myself. So that could be the energy for some of you as well. Focus on my home, focus on my roots and stuff with that 4th house, and take care of myself. And that could very well be the energy, because down in your person's stuff down here, we have the 3 of Spades. So that's like the 3 of Swords. It's like the 9 of Swords right over here. So the 9 of Spades, and then the Ace of Clubs. Your person could feel a bit rejected, actually, because this particular card does talk about rejection. It's like, I think the guidebook says fashion is cruel, or something, or it's something like, it's kind of something like that. It's about that feeling replaced in some way. So you may be kind of messing with your person and making them feel like they've been replaced in some way. Oh my goodness. For some of you. But they are feeling hurt about something, and quite anxious, by the way, with the 9 of Swords. So there's going to be a lot of anxiety on their end about this connection, a lot of hurt. So maybe you're messing with them a bit. Dang. It could just be other things, other factors in their life too, if you're not really messing with them. Maybe they've got other things going on that's hurting them, and causing them to be anxious. And maybe that, makes them hold back a little bit, because we do have strength. So there could be some courage here, that this person is trying to be strong. They're trying to be courageous. Also, think about it, mulling things over perhaps, and figuring out where to go from here, as well as trying to make the best choice perhaps, and figuring out, letting something as well with tea, be let it steep a little bit, So they might be trying to hold back a bit and just see what happens. Not trying to move too forward. We do have gratitude here, so maybe they're realizing how grateful they were for you, and that could be if there's been something that's happened between you, that's maybe why they feel so hurt and rejected, and why they feel so anxious is because they are realizing how grateful they've been for you in the past. And maybe, like, yeah. So I do feel like, yeah, there's something that's must be going on between the two of you somehow. And I feel like I said that you're going to hold your hands, you know, you're going to hold your cards close to your chest in regards to this person. You're not going to really let too much out. And if you do, it's going to be maybe a bit sharper, a little bit more intellectual rather than... Because I feel like this 10 of Diamonds is more about yourself and your self-esteem. Like, you're trying to find your own emotional fulfillment, not through this person in some way. That could be hurting them. On their end, by the way, we have the Horse. So accepting help from another and delegating authority. Sorry. See, I always think of horses as very, like, free. That's not exactly it. And I have no idea where I put the guidebook to this, because I've got a mess going on. Maybe in some way I see it, but it's out of my reach and I don't want to get it. It requires some yoga moves I'm not in the mood to do. Accepting help. Maybe with the gratitude, you do offer them some kind of help, and they feel they need to accept it, even if it makes them, even if they're not comfortable with it. But I don't really feel like that. I feel, no. Delegating authority. Maybe they're just trying to seem strong, actually, when they're not feeling so strong. Actually, that's what I think it is. Trying to act like they have a handle on everything. Like they have their authority over themselves or something, but actually they're not feeling that way. And then again, we have Lightning. So sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. Your person could be going through something that's kind of shocking or upsetting in the month of April. That could be where some of this energy comes from. So it could be from you or it could be from someone else. I think it's going to depend. If you know that you're in this energy of maybe feeling like you want to keep things hidden, or that you don't, and not just because for a negative reason, like because you're not going to, delve into that because you don't want to, because of bad situations in the past. Then that could be from you. Maybe they don't like this new you in some way. But for others of you, it could just be like some other kind of change in their life that's going on, that's kind of taking their mind away in some way. But I do feel like that you have a chance, by the way, here to be loving and open to this person. So if this person is going through something like bad or negative in the month of April, you have a chance to, I think, make this person very grateful for your friendship or for your relationship by being very kind and loving. So that's some advice there. If your person is going through something that's hurting them a lot, and it's not really from you, it's maybe from some kind of like circumstance in life, I would definitely be loving to them and kind. Show them beauty. Even if, yeah, I feel like that's a different message. It's just for some of you. I feel like the Wasp is more just for some of you that are in that situation where you feel some kind of anger still towards this person. If it's been negative in the past. Maybe a lot of people will pick this pile, and that's why there's a few different little stories here. So I'm going to go ahead and pick some charms. Because the High Priestess, it doesn't even have to be like, it could be that you're just hiding it because you're still shy and you don't want to open up yet, and you just want to keep it talking. Okay, so let's see. What in the heck? The skull and crossbones just keep coming up. Okay, let's see. So let me see what we've got. Ooh, we got the mushroom, so an extra life. We've got like a little Mickey key. Oh, that's cute. This, star. Made with love. To-do list. What's this one? I feel about you makes my heart long to be free. Long to be free. Okay. Like, okay. Is that right? We got keys in, like, I think almost every charm reading here. So definitely there's some secrets, and then you could be holding those secrets with the High Priestess. Let's see here. We have Capricorn coming out, so it does say being ambitious on the back, but for some of you guys could be Capricorns. There could just also be some little bit of a challenge. I always think of Capricorn as a more challenging sign. Sorry, I'm not holding it very good. That was bad. We have You're My Sunshine. Oh, we have a heart too, so there is a key to the heart. So maybe that's why this person is feeling hurt for some of you. If it's like you have the key to their heart, maybe you're not really turning the key. So we have Made with Love. And then we have, this came out in every single reading. So I think a lot of you are very worried. Like your connections are going to be affected by what's going on around the world with this coronavirus and stuff like that. I feel like there's just a lot of like anxiety or fear going on. And maybe it's affecting relationships more. We have to do. So drink tea, make shit, pet animals, and die. So maybe you have a lot of things to do. Maybe you guys are focused a lot on your own lives and what you have to get done. And yeah, that could be, just having a lot to get done. Even though we can't get much done because of the situation. A lot of us are in like quarantines and stuff like that. But we have so we have Ariel and we have Rapunzel. Interesting. Ariel desires freedom. Both of them desire freedom in some way. So Rapunzel's kind of locked in a tower, right? And then she's kind of locked in the sea. And so it could be, again, another energy of feeling locked up in the month of April, or feeling a bit isolated. That's interesting, because that came out a lot in each of the piles too. You Are My Sunshine, so somebody here feels like there's somebody's sunshine. And then we have the star. So the star from Mario is like, it makes you invincible, so you can like kick butt and get through the obstacles. Unless you fall down a hole, then you die. But yeah, maybe you're feeling a little bit more self-esteem than usual too, by the way, with the 10 of diamonds. Maybe for some of you, your self-esteem is actually up, and you're feeling a little bit better about yourself in the month, especially in the month of April, regarding this connection. You might be feeling a little bit more invincible. And then we have the extra life. So maybe some of you are trying to, renew this in some way, or your person's hoping to renew it in some way, or to get something going. For some of you, it might be like you feel like you have a second chance. For your person, I feel it in particular with the gratitude and stuff like that. I almost feel like they're reevaluating everything in some way with the gratitude. And I feel like for many of you, this person may be, especially for those of you in which this connection hasn't been the greatest, or you've been through some troubles recently, they might really be realizing that they want a second chance, or if that resonates for you, that they would like a different chance, like a second chance, because they realize how grateful they are to you. And they may, for some of you, again, feel like it's not possible. And that could be, there could be some anxiety about that with the 3 of Swords the 3 of Spades and the 9 of Spades. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. I hope that you like this reading. I hope that it gives you some insight. I'm sorry it was so long. I just wanted to do it like that. Yeah, so anyways, guys, take care of yourselves. And oh yeah, if you want a personal reading, sorry, I forgot my spiel. If you'd like a personal reading with me, you can do that down below in the description box. You can go to Etsy. I have an Etsy store where I sell my readings, 1 question, 2 question, all the questions. And then as well, there are the wish lists. With the wish list, guys, yeah, things are kind of crazy right now. So if you do get something off the wish list, that's always appreciated. If you'd like you know, to get your reading though quicker, especially if the shipping time looks like it's really far out, just email me or message me on Instagram, DM me or whatever, and say, hey Lisa, you know, I got you something, blah blah blah, and then I will write your name down and get it done beforehand. Actually, the Eric always does that, so he always tells me, and then I've had other people too let me know that they got me something, and then I can get their name down quicker. So, you know, that's an option. Those are options. Not everything takes long to ship out, though. It just depends on the item, it seems like. But anyways, guys, I am wishing you and your loved ones very safe April, a healthy April. Take care of yourselves. And I wish you, you know, whatever you want out of this. Whatever you want out of this relationship. For some of you, I feel like there were a lot of energies here, so... there were a lot of energies here, so I think everybody's in a bit of a different situation. But yeah, take care of yourselves, and see you next time.